Thank you. Thank you, Anu. Thank you, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Great.
Yeah? You're all excited for Diwali, the Festival of Lights? Woo-hoo! I'm so excited because I got to take our granddaughter to the local temple and to celebrate Diwali with her. It was really a lot of fun. Then she came back to her parents and she said, I went to a castle and there are princesses there. Because the temple was so ornate, the building, and then all the women were all in their saris and beautiful. And that's the way a 2-year-old looks at a festival of light. I think that's pretty good. I think we've lost a lot of the joy and the celebration of the light and the beauty of our diversity, right? To see it as rich and full and alive and good. And so we need it for ourselves. Because who here needs once in a while to visit a castle and see some princesses? Right? You know? It's just like that's the idea. Yes, we should be, yes. The idea of Diwali should be every day. And that's what we say about every holiday. That's why everybody says, aren't you guys tired of every holiday? You always have every holiday, you know? And because every day is a holiday. Every day is an opportunity to make it sacred, to make it important, and to make it a connection with the divine. Because that's the idea, right? All of the holidays always are telling us to come back and always reminding us that darkness is always dispelled by the light, that the light prevails no matter what.
Amen.
Yes, and that's something that we need to continue to remind each other of all the time.
Yes.
That is in the middle of all of the insanity that is going on in our lives, because that's what life is, right? It's the TV and all the different channels, right? And it's given us entertainment. Your life is full of entertainment. Sometimes the entertainment is a horror show. Sometimes it's a big drama. Sometimes it's all the things, but it's just entertainment. It is not the truth of who we are. And that is why all of the sacred scriptures have been trying to come back and tell us through the stories. They take the stories and they use these stories, parables, ideas, all these things to bring us back. And in India, there are millions of gods and goddesses. There's millions of stories. Diwali is so huge. I couldn't come here and tell you but we came in and there's a beautiful picture of Lakshmi there. And then someone said, well, what about Krishna? And then what about Ram and Sita? And what about, because all these are the different stories that are going on in Diwali all over India. And don't get confused by that. It's okay, because all of them come down to the idea that darkness is dispelled by the light. So what is this? The darkness is our ignorance. Ignorance is forgetting. Ignorance is, you think you don't know, but we do know. We do know. Because the light of who we are carries us and will help us. And that it is our job to continue to come back to that higher place of light and learning. I have for us some of the powders here that we can put on when a lot of times in Hindu ceremonies and when you're doing your different pujas, rituals, right, you would take a little bit of the, I'm going to have Prayasi come on, put a little bit on me. Prayasi, we're going to put this on. And this is just, she's going to put a little bit on what? My third eye. Why? Because I'm doing the puja. That's right. To remind myself what? To look at life through what?
Light.
Light, through my spiritual eyes. That not to be deceived by the physical eyes, but be reminded that when I do my rituals, when I do my life experience, that it brings me back to focusing on that spiritual eye.
Can we have some?
I will. I have plenty. We can pass it around, yes. Sorry I can't get to you any at home, but that's okay. So look at your programs and look at the reading that we had today that was from the Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
The Bhagavad Gita is the story of Krishna. That's a Krishna story, right? So that's one of the other things right in there. So when Krishna says, in light, I do not hate any living creatures. So coming back to in the light. That was from our song, I am, right? In that bliss, in that light. Our job always is to come back and make that connection so that I can live this. This reading is an indicator. Right? It's an indicator. Am I lost in envy? Am I lost in anxiety? Am I lost in fear? Well, then I know what I have to do. I have to come back to the light. Now I pick up my spiritual tools and I say, how do I come back to the light? I come back through chanting. I come back through prayer. I come back through ritual. I come back to, tapping my eye, or tapping the rest of my body too. Sometimes we really gotta do some work, right? All of these wonderful gifts that we've been given, these tools to help us, to shake it all off, to get it out of us. All of that clinging that we've done that prevents us from having this connection. Now, in the Ramayana, which is an epic story about how Rama and with his wife Sita was stolen from him, from the evil god with the 10 heads and all this, real drama. But come on. We look at that and we say, oh, that's so, Hanuman, the monkey god, comes and helps him, Well, what about your own life? Right? What about your own life? How dramatic does it get? How many evil 10-headed situations can you get? Right? You can take one situation and build it up and build it up and build it up and build it up and build it up. And now that one situation has 10 heads. Right? We do these things. We do it to ourselves. There's a light within that is so pure and so wonderful and so beautiful. And that is our job, to be that light, to come back to that. And that's what this celebration is about. And every one of these deepas that we light here are symbols of things, and attributes that I want to bring into myself. And we light them all, and we ask the goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance and grace and goodness, and bringing all that triumph back into our lives. We light those lights, and each one of those lights is about those positive attributes. I need a little more trust. Light a light of trust. I trust more, right? And Lakshmi can step a little bit closer to me. A light of faith. A light of compassion. A light of grace. A light of seva, service. The greatest thing that we can do when things are all consuming for ourselves is to reach out to another. I have a friend of mine that's been going through a lot of things in her family as well. Her mother has cancer, her brother is sick with something else, her daughter just got married, but her new son-in-law was sick too, and also he had polyps on his colon. And it's just been so crazy. And we've been sharing prayers for each other. But my difficulties aren't about me, it's about can I reach out to you? How do you do today? When I feel really stressed and there's a lot going on, I say, let me reach out to them. Artie is a great example of that. He says, I go to help out somebody and realize I've gotten it all myself. I've gotten the gift, the grace myself. Reaching out of ourselves is a beautiful light that lights the way for the goddess Lakshmi to come into our lives. Right? And that's the thing. The stories are all about. Follow the path. Stay in light. Stay in goodness, because it's stronger than anything else. And we say, well, I tried to stay in the light, and things just got worse.
Amen.
Yeah. And I say, yes, amen to that. You know why? That means you've been given a higher level to step into. How is that? You have just elevated the channels that you are now on the premium package. to be able to celebrate all the grace and goodness. There is much, too much forgetting in our world. Our job is to be the bell, the light, the reminder, the remembering. Now this Diwali, they use firecrackers a lot, right? Be that firecracker. Be that little beacon of remembrance. Through your patience, through your understanding, through your standing in the midst of it, through you being that calm in the storm. And allow everybody else to be attracted to that. I'll just give you this one last story. We had this wonderful opportunity to go to Mexico and to go to Chichen Itza, the temple there in Chichen Itza. You get to, and I have this reaction to heights. I don't call it a fear of heights, I call it a reaction to heights. Why? Because intellectually, I'm not afraid of heights, I love heights, but my body reacts to it. It starts to shake, it starts to sweat. I keep telling my body that's not a good thing to do when you're up high somewhere, but my body continues to do it. So I have this thing that's going on here. That's okay, I stay aware. Don't judge it, I allow it. But two 4-year-old kids, I had Maggie and Regis with me, and Regis is like, forget it, he's running up, running down, running up, running down. The steps are like this, it's really high up, and I'm like thinking I'm the mother and I'm going to protect them, and I'm climbing up, like I'm going to get to them, shaking, and the sweat's coming off my hands, and I'm telling myself, calm down, body, this is all good. But meanwhile, there's an ambulance at the bottom, which needs it because so many people fall off of it all the time. Because that's how, right? That's how the story goes. The story goes, no, you're right to be upset, you're right to worry. Look at the ambulance, look at this, right? Brings all the information in. I gotta stay. Because of course I'm the mother that's gotta watch them. So I get to the top, and I go, I'm never gonna get down. I get up in a helicopter, the airlift me off this temple. And I said, no, I gotta go with it. I just sat quietly, and I just allowed the light that I am, the light that I said, and I said, look, let the body sweat, let the body shake, let it worry, let it be what it needs to do, let it just do it, it's okay. Find truth in this moment, just for this moment. Find truth. I opened my eyes, and there were people all around me. They're like, you look so peaceful and calm. We were so worried up here. We thought if we sat next to you, we'd be okay. So here I was, worried that I'm going to get down, and everybody else thought I was the beacon that was going to help them get down. It changes. Everything changes. I just crawled backwards and went down. I got down. And we get through it. But we have to do the work. We have to keep coming back to the light. We have to have acceptance for what we feel is going on in the distraction. But knowing all along that that higher light will carry us through. So this Diwali, may you continue to light the lights that will lead you to the truth that you need to overcome all of the darkness in your life.